Hello everyone. Uh, in this video, we are going to discuss one of my game which I played in first round of White Horse GM tournament, and I played tournament 2 weeks before, and the first game was against Mayank, who is a very strong international master, who also holds some GM norms. I was black in this game, and okay, we'll just discuss. And the point of this video is just to give my insights. So I'm not going to check any engine or something. I will just analyze the game, and let's see. I will try to post all those 9 games. So it started with d4. The first round was at 3 p.m. and the pairing published at around 1:30. So we didn't get enough time to prepare. So he played d4. Generally he plays e4, so I only prepared e4 because we didn't have enough time. So it started with d4, knight f6, c4, g6, which I play almost every time. G3. So initially when he played d4, I thought he would go with g3, but yeah, bg7, bg2, castle, knight c3, a typical fianchet to set up for white. It's risk free, and yeah. After g3, I can go c6 and d5, which transposes to Grunfeld fianchet to set up, but I just wanted to stick with King's Indian. So knight f3, knight d7, castle, and an e5. So here we have multiple options. So instead of knight d7, of course I can go knight c6, which is a mainline castle, and then here a6 or e5. So a6 was previously very popular, but nowadays many players play e5. Also, instead of knight c6, knight d7 is fine, but then there is c6, bishop f5 plan, b6, bb7 is playable, c5 is playable, and I mean black is okay. White gets some slight space advantage in almost all the variations. So I played knight d7. The knight d7 is bit sharp variation, I would say. That's what personally I feel. Knight c6, a6 is more sharper, but okay, I I I already played knight d7, e5 in few games previously, so I decided to go with this line. Now after e4, I usually play a6, but I thought that he prepared a6, and that's why I didn't play it. But there is also e takes d4 option available, rook e8, and there are I mean enough plans for black. But the problem for black is, the biggest problem is white gets space advantage quite immediately. As you can see, all the squares are controlled by white, and that's the main issue of playing King's Indian. So I played rook e8. Of course, d5 type moves are very bad because I get knight c5, and the main goal of this variation is to keep the bishop open. So rook e8, h3, and then I played c6, rook e1, and then queen a5. So c6 is interesting idea. I have seen this before. A6 is obviously playable, e takes d4 is playable. There are some variations which I remember, something like knight c5, a5, bishop d7, or knight e5, bishop d7, and then knight c6. All those are playable. I played c6. I don't know why I played c6, but my initial idea was to do something unique. So c6, rook e1, and here I played queen f5 quite immediately. Instead of queen e5, I should take and play knight c5, bishop f4, and this is pleasant for white, but okay, playable for black, and there is no issue for black immediately. So rook e1, queen f5, and he found correct move d5. Although here when he played, I thought, okay, this is not a correct move, but again he's capturing space advantage. He's capturing the space, and my queen is bit misplaced. So I calculated it a bit wrong, and when he played d5, I thought, okay, maybe black is fine now, but I was wrong. It's better for white only. So I took c takes d5, c takes d5, and immediately I have to do something. So I played b5 because his idea is to play bishop d2. If queen moves, then he can play something like knight b5 and attack on my d6 pawn. So I played b5 just to push b4, knight c5, bishop a6, bishop d2, and here I played a6. Okay, b4. I think here I thought about queen a4 or something, then takes, and I thought this is not so good for me, but looks like there is some other move to b4. Yeah, but okay. Bishop d2, I played a6 just to prevent this pawn, and this chain is very solid for me. I can play queen d8, knight b6, bd7, rook c8. That was my initial plan. He played a3, I played queen d8, bishop e3, knight c5. Of course, bishop into c5 is practically not so good because I can take, and I will play knight e8, knight d6. This is a typical plan in King's Indian. So he played queen c2, bishop d7, and he played b4. Knight a4, knight into a4, b into a4. Still, I think practically position it's okay for black, but yeah, engine is showing it's good for white. Although during the game I was like, okay, the position is definitely playable. So knight d2. But the only drawback of this position is my d6 pawn is very weak, and he can just take advantage of something like rook c on queen a2, even rook c6, and giving excellent sacrifice to get a4 pawn. And there is also knight c4, knight b6, and bishop b6 ideas. So I was a bit afraid here. I was looking at options like h5, rook f8, f5. I mean, h5 is one option, or rook f8, f5 is another option. Then there is something like attack on h3. So first I decided to play rook c8, queen a2, and then h5. He played queen a2 immediately, and definitely he saw all those ideas like knight c4, rook c1, and knight b6, or maybe his intuition was just simply better. So queen a2, I played h5. My idea was to just go h4 and try to create some imbalances on the king side, so that when you attack directly on king, then no matter who is your opponent is, generally your opponent gets afraid about a checkmate. Yeah, he will start thinking about a checkmate and everything. So it's good to start attack in passive position if you don't see any good plan. So rook c1, I played h4. Of course, g takes h4 is very bad. I didn't even consider it because knight h7 or knight h5 both looks fine, and then I can grab h4 pawn. So he played knight c4, I played bishop b5, then bishop g5. Bishop g5 is mistake according to engine. He should play g4, but for practical practically g4 doesn't make any sense, because there is always something like this: knight h7, bishop f6, bishop g5 will extend the bishop. I have f5 or something, so I don't particularly like g4 move. Bishop g5, whatever he played is I think good. So h takes g3, f takes g3, and then queen c7. So the idea of queen c7 is now I have the next move is bishop into c4, and then queen a7 check, and queen b6 check is also the plan. So something like knight e3 really doesn't help because of queen into c1, and knight can't move anywhere because I can give just checks. So he played queen f2, which is very interesting practical try. I took bishop into c4, and if he takes bishop into f6, then okay, I can take, play queen d7, and maybe just bishop b5, and position is fine. Maybe queen e7 also works, because then take bishop f1, and then rook c7, and position is still fine for both sides. But the move he played is just simply brilliant, bishop f1. Although here I thought I'm now piece up at this point, and there should be something which I'm missing. In fact, I saw queen d7 move, bishop into c4, and then queen into h3. But then the problem is I saw bishop into a6, rook into c1, and I missed knight into e4 here. So if rook into c1, knight into e4, so this is immediate. This is very worse for white. So actually I missed queen d7, and after queen d7, rook takes c4 is one possibility. Rook takes c4, bishop takes c4, queen takes h3, bishop into uh, a6, and something like I can play knight g4 or even knight h7. I missed everything. I just saw queen d7, and basically I misjudged the evaluation. That's the problem. I saw queen d7, but I didn't evaluate the position properly. I played knight h7, which is a mistake, not very bad move, but a mistake. Bishop d2, and here also queen d7 works because bishop into c4, queen into h3, and position is definitely very double-edged position. Both players can fight for win. I played knight f6. Here I was already in time trouble. He played g4 again a very nice move to stop queen d7 and to stop everything. I took bishop into f1. Practically I thought, okay, bishop into f1, I will give a queen sacrifice, but I have this knight and bishop. I will try to do something like bishop f6, bishop g5, rook c8, rook c2. But again my evaluation was not so correct, and I almost lost this position. The position is already very bad for me. So bishop g5, knight h7, bishop e3, bishop f6. If I somehow get rook on a2, then of course this position is good. Even black can try to win if I manage to get 2 rooks on 7th rank, but that's not the case. So rook c1, rook a2, rook c3, and I haven't checked with engine, but I think he played very accurate game from this point, and I got zero chance. Literally, he grabbed a pawn for free. Rook h8, queen b3, and then king f1. I mean, the rook is trapped, so I played rook h2, bishop g1, rook d2, rook d3, and now I have to exchange the rooks by force. So takes knight g5. Here actually around this point we got 30-minute extra after 40 moves, but that didn't help me much because the position is already losing. And we'll just quickly see the game. Yeah, this is already losing because there is nothing I can do much, and he got 2 extra pawn, 2 passed pawn, queen, and I only have bishop and rook. But he also played very well and converted this position very smoothly. That's what I will say. Here I already got frustrated, so I played rook c3, just waiting for my resignation. And after a7, I resigned the game because the position was already losing, as he will make a queen and win the game. So yeah, that was the first round, and the first loss which was you don't want to lose first game, right? So that was not so good moment for me, but okay, there were a couple of learnings, and my opponent played extremely well in almost all the game, except he gave me 1 or 2 chances which we saw queen d7. But yeah, that's all for this video. This is my first face video. I mean, I have published face video, but this is after a very long time, and I don't know how it will perform, but nevertheless I will try to publish all 9 round videos, and let's see how they goes.